So welcome back to the Trophy Room. It's your boy Los, man. And I'm here with a dear friend of mine, super talented individual, man, worldwide DJ, my guy Julio G, the Hooligan, man.
Peace.
Thank you for stopping by the Trophy Room, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Brother.
My man.
Good to see you. What's good?
Doing good, man. I can't complain. How you feeling?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Feeling good, bro.
That's good, man.
Can't complain.
So you were just telling me before, man, you're about to head off to the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
So I head to Cape Town, South Africa on Tuesday, rocking a festival out there called Rocking the Daisies.
Okay.
Really exciting. It's about 15,000 people. A bunch of the Selection homies will be there. I helped kind of execute and kind of build the stage a little bit as well. So we have Black and Majid Jordan also performing on that stage, and all the heavy hitters, and should be really exciting. Then from there, I head to Berlin, do a show out there, and then a few shows in Amsterdam for ADE, the festival.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a
Can we toast to that?
Let's toast to that.
Can we toast to that?
Hey, cheers.
Congratulations, my brother. That's
Thank
amazing.
you, brother.
Talk to me about, like, you know, how did you arrive at the DJ set? How did, you know what I mean? Like, how did you get introduced to it? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, just first off, like the DJ culture in the Bay Area is so heavy. It's so rich. It's been around for years and years, and there's so much influence, and so much also like healthy competition within the Bay. You know, so it's like it breeds a lot of really raw talent as well. I come from a very humble beginnings of 6 people in 3 bedrooms, and shared a bed with my brother, and like, you know, he wouldn't let me fall asleep unless I was, you know, singing Bobby Caldwell songs and rapping Tupac and shit. And like I was memorizing, like my mom would be like, "Déjale dormir," you know, like let him go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like banging on the walls, because like and he just rewind the tape and I'd do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the DJ, the rapper, like all elements of hip hop. Like I grew up with that. You know, but when, you know, as I was a kid, and I'd go to house parties, bring me to house parties and stuff with him too, and I do the Running Man for like $1 and shit.
Wow.
You know
Pay-per-view early?
Yeah, I was like,
take that. Yeah.
And so I was around DJs for a minute, but when I actually started to like get it, you know, understand like the impact and like the huge value of that, like, and I was started to see DJs more and more. For me, I was like, yo, this is so dope, but it's rocket science to me. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And, you know, this is all vinyl, pre-Serato, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's DJs rocking wax and super on time and on beat, and just like some of the routines they're doing. And so growing up, I was like, yeah, this is the shit, right? Yeah. And then I remember my boy John Lopez, shout out John. He's the one that really gave me like the confidence, and empowered me to do so, right? To actually touch the decks, like, here, put your hands on it, like touch it, you know? Like, cause I would always just like step back and be like, yo, this is crazy. You wanna get down? No, I'm good.
Right.
It's all good. But I had to walk past John's house to and from school. So he's my sister Jenny's age. So he was like, they were 2, 3 years older than me. So after he graduated, he would just, you know, he'd be in the crib, and even like right after school, like he'd always have his garage door open, and all his records and his gear and everything was in the garage, and he would just always be like cutting it up, and I'd just walk past and he'd be like, come through, you know? And I'm like, yo, and I'd check him out, and then one day he was just like, I was like, yo, this is crazy, and he literally grabbed my hand, he's like, bro, like, do it, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, and after that, and that feeling of like, and my touch, I don't know, my touch was just like,
you knew it.
I knew it. I just, right when I touched the wax for the first time in that capacity, because I was kind of like touching wax at home in my mom's vinyl player, and like, you know, like grew up with salsa records and red wine, and you know what I'm saying, like that whole thing. But like the first time I was like, I kind of touched it as like a DJ mentality, you know what I'm saying, was a really powerful moment. And so I kind of just started collecting wax and doing that, but I could never afford, I never was able to like afford a setup in high school until I got to college. And so when I got to college, my freshman year, was still kind of messing around with it, and then sophomore year I finally was able to get my first set of turntables. and my sisters helped me cop my first set of turntables.
Man.
And so basically through that, I was just on it all
So that's
day.
dope. Your family supported you.
Oh yeah, no,
they-
100%. And like for me, I was always like struggling between like, because I grew up playing soccer, you know, and music and soccer were two really huge influences like growing up my family, you know. So we either had folks over and my mom was cooking and my dad was drinking red wine and there was salsa records playing, or we'd be watching soccer, you know. And so that those type of family gatherings like really kind of shaped me growing up. So I was always kind of back and forth between soccer and music and figuring out what I wanted to do when I got to college, and I got a scholarship to play soccer at SF State.
That's dope.
For a couple of years, and then I stopped playing soccer, and I was like, I'm tired of being broke. I need to get a job, and luckily, like miraculously, I got this job at Amoeba Music, the biggest record store in the Bay. Started in Berkeley, SF, and then LA, and so I started working at Amoeba, and then I started to DJ around the same time, and I was copping records left and right, like dollar bin.
Yeah.
Like, go home, my fingers would be all dusty, just digging all day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And through those opportunities, I just stuck with it, and it was through finally getting decks and then working at Amoeba and then just having that support from everybody and especially my family at the time, to pursue music and even just to start learning and educating myself more about it and practicing and then it kind of developed in this real deep like love and passion for wanting to play music, and collect music and share that music, you know.
So was there a certain point or like a certain moment, a certain gig that you realized like, yo, I could really make a living off this. I could get about I could take this to the next level.
I threw my first party with my boy Jonathan McDonald, and so we did a party at Club 6. Long story short, I booked 6 of my favorite DJs from that I knew personally because everyone shopped at Amoeba and everyone copped records and music. So, and it was mad successful and it was so dope. It was all vinyl and it was like 2 floors and more importantly, I got the support from the OGs, you know, and they were like, yo, like, if you got something, like stick with it, you know. Paid all the DJs out and I think I made like a G that night or something. Nice. And I was like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is the thing now, you know what I'm saying? So I think that moment though is when I started pushing it a little more heavy, and the party itself was successful, like from a business standpoint. So like the venue was happy, and we did more parties at the same venue, and so I started kind of producing more events and DJing more, and it just from then on in San Francisco, it just kind of.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
It's almost you made your own party, booked yourself.
Yeah. For sure.
Just jumped off the launching pad. So you talk about the Bay being like a very kind of competitive, you're breathing that raw energy, raw talent, competitive. Tell me about how you the mindset when you're trying to separate yourself or push off the competition, or you know what I'm saying? Or you're trying to, elevate. How did you differentiate yourself from others around you that were doing the same thing?
I think I've always just kind of stuck to my own program, you know what I'm saying? Like I've kept it true to like, if I wanted to play some house music with some salsa, with some hip hop, like I would just do that. Like if I had, a vibe that I was trying to create, and maybe it was a hip hop night, but I ended up playing some other shit, and I stuck true to like, just wanting to play music and like stick to like, and stay true to that. One DJ from the Bay, Jay Boogie, was one of my biggest influences at the time, and he was a DJ that played like everything at all times. He'd play hip hop shit, he'd go into like Latin vibes, into world vibes, into house, into like funk and soul, and seeing his set, like his 1 hour set or 2 hour set, was just like all types of music. And I look and it's like all the honeys are moving, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like the whole party, it's a vibe, like everyone's having a good time. And the way he was able to blend all those worlds together and then have everyone just be so receptive to it, it was like blew my mind away. So he really pushed that envelope for me, at least personally. So I was really influenced by that, but I stuck, again, it's important as a DJ to get influence from other DJs and other like, you know, other sources of inspiration and creativity, and but freak it, you know, and like tweak it and put it in your own style.
So from the Bay down to Cape Town, you know, now music is taking you, you know, worldwide, and it's giving you a reason to care for other people, you know. And you were telling me earlier about room service. I feel like there's so many moving parts. I really need to hear, like, you know, exactly what's the story behind room service. You know, I know there's a worldwide inspiration behind it.
I've traveled so much that I've become really sensitive to like seeing a lot of these underserved communities and what these people are going through, like on a first-hand basis. I like performing and I like playing music, and I love doing that fly shit. I love that lifestyle. I love the music and that vibe, but I'm also very much in tune and in touch with the people that I come in touch with and contact with, and the communities that I go to. So why can't I give back to these communities that give me what little that they have to provide for my lifestyle and like my career? Right. Why can't I give back to them? Why can't I reinvest back in that community? And so room service is both of those worlds coexisting, you know? Me being able to travel and perform and really see these places firsthand, and also give back.
Philanthropy is amazing, man.
Yeah.
You know, and Julio, I mean, if you can't tell, if anybody out there that can't tell, it's the most stylish guy moving right now. Please check the swagger. The details will be in the comments.
Word.
But I'm seeing on the Instagram, you're about to drop a line. You're doing a collaboration. Move On It.
Move On It is like very much like for self, you know, like self-empowerment and like me. So the acronym of Move On is moi. So it's me in French, you know, and so it's like celebrating your personal triumphs. You know, you know, embracing your challenges, but also like celebrating your accomplishments, and waking up in the morning and, you know, you got an idea, you know, that's been brewing. It's like move on it. Like you got this important meeting later. You got this fly date you're going on, or whatever it is. Like whatever goal is that you're trying to accomplish. It's like move on it. You know, like move on that. Like celebrate yourself and empower yourself. And move on that idea that's been brewing, or like that opportunity that's been coming about. And so I think how we dress and how we move about is like it's our confidence, you know, it's how we exude our confidence, how we express ourselves, and that's just that the pieces are made to kind of amplify the ethos and the philosophy of like celebrating yourself and knowing that you are one of one, you know. And so super exciting, and it's very Japanese kind of influenced, and kind of rugged and rough around the edges, and like the stitching, like there's all loose ends and all the pieces, and so we have the motto of loose ends are opportunities. Grab a hold of one and move on it. You know. So it's not so much like oh, it's like unfinished, or it's like no, it's whatever you want it to be. You know, like if you think it's finished, it's finished. If you think there's more opportunity, like grab a hold of it. You know what I'm saying? Like so every piece has loose ends, and it's I think like life, like all of us, like we're all rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? We're all like, you know what I'm saying? Like we come from very diverse backgrounds and very different lifestyles, and no one's perfect, no one's cookie cutter, you know what I'm saying? Like there's always loose ends, you know what I'm saying? And so it's the fashion is more like the representation of like how what our mentality is, you know, to like just get up in the morning and just make no excuses, you know what I'm saying? And just moving on it, you know, and move on your life. Yeah.
It's exciting, bro.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. It's all like new, it's new terrain too, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm learning it as I go along, and I think like, and I'm very much aware that this is like my lifelong legacy and passion, and I'm here for like the long play, you know, like the long term. So it's like no short term sort of instant gratification. Like I really know this is going to be like a really long journey of mine, and continuing to learn and refine it, and we'll see where it goes. And I think, like I said, like I think both those worlds can coexist. You know, I think, you know, we could work hard and make money and feel good about that, about our accomplishments, but also balance that with like sharing that with the world as well. You know. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, you know, so this is no sleeping in the trophy room, man. Like, it's about information, it's about inspiration, motivation, and just, you know, I always tend to think about like the 12 to 16-year-old me that was like looking for a direction or some type of information, like
for sure.
Because, you know, I just remember sitting at the computer like Googling a bunch of stuff or trying to figure out, find it out. But, you know, if you could share some power plays with any type of aspiring musician or aspiring creatives out there, you know, like yourself, you know, what would be something you would share?
Yeah, I mean, we're all human beings, like first off, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a DJ first, you're not a producer or a rapper first or a dancer, artist. Like, we're human. That's the number one thing. So I think in order to like find success and be successful and feel good about that, it's like I feel like it's just, as cliche as it may be, whatever, but the biggest power play is treat other people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, is respect other people the way you want to be respected, and respect the world as you would want to be respected, and stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, always stay true to like your beliefs and your morals. And if you feel like there's a, you know, you're not really 100% about this business deal or signing this contract or riding with this crew because of certain, or whatever, it's like, stay true to that, you know? And I think there is sacrifice in that, you know, there is sacrifice and fear of the unknown, you know, of like, what if, you know, shit, I gotta like follow suit, or I might not have these opportunities, this and that. But I think that the biggest card you could play is staying true to yourself and respecting, like damn, I wouldn't want to be treated like that, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna keep it real, and like, I'm not about that, you know? I'm gonna keep it real, and I am about that, you know? It's like, and so, and just, yeah, I think that's the most important thing. And I think through that, like, you know, I've embraced my position as a DJ in the world, and I know my skills, you know, and I know what I can bring to the table as a DJ and the value that I have with that. But I'm not the craziest, biggest DJ of all time. You know what I mean? I'm not like, you know, like, shout out like Jazzy Jeff, A-Track, Craze. Like, these are like my big brothers, like, so dope at what they do. Like, they're you know, like, I can't be like, I'm not gonna try to be the next Jazzy Jeff, you know? Right. Like, I want to be the Whooligan, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, like I want to be me, and I want to be true to myself. And yeah, I'm influenced by them, and I'm inspired by them, and I love them. Like, they're all my brothers. Like, I just did a party in Vancouver with Scratch Bassett and DJ Manuel and Biz Marquee, and like, they're fucking legends, you know? Like, they're so dope, you know? And I was talking to Scratch Bassett, and I'm just like, bro, like, you're like one of the best DJs in the world. Like, he really is, you know? And I just get so excited with that. But like, they also booked the Whooligan, you know what I'm saying? And it's different. Everyone's got their own thing, you know, their own lane. And so I've been learning to more and more to embrace that, you know, and embrace what I can bring to the table. But the flip side of that too is, don't be a dick when you pull up, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, just be nice to people, you know, be cool with people, like, treat people how you want to be respected. And I think that in itself too is going to bring people up to the next level, you know? It's like people trusting you with business, and people trusting you with happiness, you know, and being cool like that, I think is really important. And I think both of those qualities of staying true to yourself and making sure that, like, you know, you keep it 100 with yourself and the music and whatever creative field or whatever business you're doing, like, keep it true to what your goals and intentions are and what your true agenda is, you know, and then also just treating people with respect. I think those two, no matter what, can take anyone to the next level.
every champion has that mantra, man.
Word, that's,
you know,
yeah,
literally they
crazy.
wake up, they're like, yo, this is what it is.
That's wild, yeah.
Before I leave the locker room, I'm gonna slap this logo and I'm out of here.
Word.
What's the Julio? What's the hooligan mantra? What's that thing that you wake up to that?
I mean, for me, it's always moving forward. You know, always just like whether I was a breakup I was going through or some work shit or whatever. Like my mother would always tell me, like, and still to this day, siempre adelante. Like she's like, just keep it moving. Just always move forward. You know. Lastly, I was tell my young homies this. My niece, you know. She's growing into a beautiful woman, you know, and like always, you know, she got her growing pains, you know, and I tell her, and even myself, like remind myself, like it's not really about not having any problems. It's just more so always about having a solution, you know, because you're always gonna have problems, you're always gonna go through shit, and there's always things gonna happen, but it's like preparing yourself for that, and always having solutions and being solution driven, and like, you know, not dwelling on the problems, and always moving forward, you know.